What up, guys? Okay, so I've been working on the Revo here, and I had my camera up on the thing up there. Um, I thought I was recording the whole damn time, and apparently I wasn't. So, just explain here quickly what I've all done. I had to take the engine back out again. Take the new carb I just bought, take it off of the engine, and then what I did. Let's move that. What I then did was take the new carb, because this thing here, if you can see that plastic part somewhat that's around the top of the thread right there. I don't know why it's so blurry. But anyways, that is part that goes into here. Well, that plastic part that's around the threads on there, you can see inside of here. Let me see if I can do it with the light on. Yeah, you can see it down in there. There's a part of plastic. Well, it snapped off around here. That's what that pieces you're seeing there, and that's why it won't thread back in. So what I did was I took the rubber part off of it, being that the rubber part that was on here on this carb disintegrated, and I put it on the old carb and put the old carb back in there, and that works. That fit on there perfectly. It's not leaking. Everything's good and tight. And then the air filter here, how it was catching, I couldn't even move the spur gear. Well, what I did was I took my Dremel right there, and I shaved down the side closest to the spur gear, and now that I've got it in there and everything, it spins nice and freely now, so that's good. I got everything back in here. Everything's all good to go. I might change this pipe out. I got one of those blue plastic ones that you usually see on like the Jado, or actually I think I might have one on my Slash right here. Yeah, it's one of those kind, but that's a black one. But I got one of the blue ones upstairs, and I've also got that wrap, that material that goes around them. I can't remember what the heck it's called. But yeah, so going to put a battery in here. I got the battery actually right there, but I got to turn on the remote and everything like that. I'm going to get this thing primed up. I just put some fuel back in there, and we're going to see if she's going to start up. So, I'll get you back on. Okay, I just put some fuel in there, about a half a tank, don't need much. Get the remote here. I still got to fix this. It still works, I just got to fix it. Dropped it down the stairs a little while back. Yay. So, as you can see, I'll turn it on, and the light's on. It works. So, just gotta do some doctoring to it. Okay, turn the car on. Make sure. Yep, throttle's working. Okay. I did the priming. I put the fuel in here and I primed it before I started the video again. So, but this is going to be a test to see if it's going to fire. I tried to fire it before, and it started to bark a little bit, so I figured it's going to, but I didn't. I just wanted to say that for the video. So. Okay. She's working. Alright, so. Yes, I know. I've had people say it before. You're doing that in your house. Oh my god. Yes. Well, it's my house. Simple as that. No offense to anybody. I don't take that the wrong way when I say that. But anyway, so alright, now I'm gonna shut the car off here. I'm gonna take the battery out. Now this is the original battery I had with this car. I believe, yeah. So right here, you just take this tray off the bottom here, and the battery is bottom end loaded, kind of like the Gorgon and the Quake, in a sense. And so that's where that's going to go after. And yes, I've got a bunch of zip ties. I will get this all tied up. I'm not going to leave it like that. So next, now the servos I got, they are the 30 kilogram, all waterproof, all metal gear, solid servos or gears inside with a brass spline. And it comes, each one of them comes with this chrome 25 tooth aluminum servo horn. So now, that being said, I'm going to grab the camera again and show you what's going on with the servo placement here. So that's the old servo, that's the old Traxxas servo. It fried on me, it's gone. But you see down in here, that plastic part right where my finger is, and how it's got that plastic part right in here covering. It's a protector for the servo horn and the servo link. So being that this one is dead, I'm going to take it out of here. I don't have one on this side. However, I have put a servo in there before, the servo that's now in my slash. And I put it in there without any of that plastic little thing on top or anything like that. And it worked fine. But I'm going to take this one out of here, I think, and put one of these servos in there in place of it. But that's if it fits, because this one is a bit different size. I think it's a little bit taller. And not only that, when it's in the car in here, the servo that I had in there before, it's was tight in there. Well, this one, it's got a bit of a play in there, so it's a little bit of a different size. They're almost the same, but they're not quite. But it will work. Yeah, so I'm going to start getting that in there and tidy those up, and I'll get you back on in just a minute. And when I get it back on, or when I get you back on, sorry, that should be pretty well ready to rip. So I will see you guys in just a second. One more thing, guys. Can anybody leave me a comment in the section below, and let me know exactly if I've got this correct or not. Now, the battery goes down in this tray under here, and it plugs up in here into the wherever that plug went. This plug here. But also, I noticed that oh, it came apart again, damn it. Hold on one second. Okay, so I've noticed there's this little plug right there that goes up into the wiring for that. And I also noticed that this, where is it here? This thing here, the Futaba plug, plugs up into there perfectly fine. Now, that may be, but can anyone tell me, is if I leave the battery in there and plug into this thing, and I plug in my charger into that part, will that charge my battery through that without having to take the battery out? Can somebody let me know? Because I never noticed that before. I just did. So, anyways, I'm going to get that servo in there, and I'll get you back on. Okay, so before I take that out, I just wanted to show you guys one thing. I took that plastic piece off of here, and I thought it would be screwed into another part, but no. There's only 2 screws that are holding on to the servo, by the way. It's a plastic spline on there. I never noticed that. This is the original Traxxas waterproof digital 2075. But yeah, it's held on there with these 2 screws. And then the screws that hold this thing on there are what screw into here, which screws into the plastic part that's on the other side, which helps hold in the other side of the servo. Interesting. I haven't seen that kind of setup before. But anyways, guys, all right, I'm going to get this out of here. I'm going to get the servo in there, and I'll get you back on. Okay, guys, so I was right. These are a little bit different, and I knew that already, but what the difference is here now is this part here, okay, this slides over the end like this, and then fits down into there, and it screws up from the bottom. But here's the thing. Oh, and when you put it in, you put the servo in from this side and down and in. However, this will go in there, but it won't sit down far enough, and like it's like maybe this far from touching the chassis, and it won't sit down in there. So the only way I'm going to be able to do this is do it the same way I did the last time on this side. You see how I have actually how small the holes are on those down in where is it, down in there on those little slots, and how much bigger they are on this one. It's because I had to grind out a little bit with one of my cutting wheels so that I could fit in nuts and bolts, because I didn't have a proper little mounting thing to go in there. And even now that I took it off of this one, this servo doesn't fit in there like that anyway. So the only way to get it to go in there properly is I got to, and so it sits flush to the chassis nice and tight, is I got to actually come in through the bottom like this, and I got to bring it up like that, because that way is the only way it'll sit flush to the chassis. On the inside, it won't sit. If I put it on the inside, it won't sit nice and tight like that, and it's actually got like that much play, and that can't be like that. So I'm gonna have to put this one in here the same way I did the other one last time. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that in there, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, guys, so I got that all in there. Servo works, everything's working. Right now, because I didn't know what else to do, I don't really have much to really fix this properly. You've seen what is already going on with it. So what I did is I just cleared everything around it a bit and put Gorilla Glue around it. Got it sitting in place. Gonna let that harden up, and then I'll get you back on, and we're gonna go outside and see how she's gonna boot. Get you back on in a little bit. Alright, guys, I got her all I don't got everything tidied up yet. I've only got one servo in there at the meantime. I just want to see if it's gonna drive, and then I'll worry about the other servo later. So down, bolt on. Okay. Are you kidding me? Now this thing just died on me. Like, man, I can't get a damn brake. Give me a minute, guys. Okay, guys, let's try this again. I got that charged up a little bit. See if it's gonna start. Got some fries that'll crush your eyes right here, man. These are awesome. These are cheeseburger ready. These are chicken fries with mustard and maple syrup. A lot of people use honey mustard, but that's actually a really good mix. Try those sometime. Okay. All right, we're live. Yeah. All right, turn this around real quick. For my battery on my phone, guys, because it's about to. Oh, fuck! All right, guys, I'm gonna have to cut this video short because it's about to. My phone's about to die, and not only that, we got 30 seconds left in this video, so I'm gonna make another short with the truck. You guys all know I got servo running and working, and you know it starts. So that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.